We have some startling breaking news from Washington, D.C. As we speak, Donald Trump is attending a press conference with the Japanese Prime Minister, and Trump was just asked a question by a Fox News reporter about whether Elon Musk and DOGE really need all that access to Americans' most sensitive information, including our social security numbers. And Trump confirmed that they don't need that information, which is alarming because they do have that information. So Trump has just confirmed the worst, which is that DOGE and Elon Musk are intruding into information they do not need. And he's also confirmed that he has absolutely no oversight or control over Musk and DOGE. But before we unpack all that, if you end up liking this video and you want to support the channel, please be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and alert bells before you go. Friends, here's the clip in question. Brace yourselves because Donald Trump just totally, by sheer accident or stupidity or Freudian slip or whatever, he just confirmed the worst.
So, Democratic lawmakers are really upset that DOGE engineers have access to these Treasury payment systems. The Senate Intel Council wrote a letter to Susie Wiles. They're saying that these systems are used to disperse trillions of dollars each year and contain everyday Americans' personal information like social security numbers, home addresses, bank accounts. Why does DOGE need all of that?
Well, it doesn't, but they get it very easily. I mean, we don't have very good security in our country, and they get it very easily. And what we're doing, if you look at what has just taken place with respect to some of the investments that have been made on another agency that people have been talking about for years, but nobody did anything about it. It's absolutely obscene, dangerous, bad, very costly. I mean, virtually every investment made is a con job. There's nothing of value to anybody unless there's a kickback scheme going on, which is possible. And we're going to be doing more and more of that. We're going to be looking at Department of Education. We're going to be looking at even our military. We're going to be looking at tremendous amounts of money, Peter, being spent on things that bear no relationship to anything and have no value. We're talking about trillions of dollars. It will be, in the end, trillions of dollars being absolutely wasted and perhaps illegally. I would say certainly in many cases illegally, but perhaps illegally overall. And I'm very proud of the job that this group of young people, generally young people, but very smart people, they're doing. They're doing it at my insistence. It would be a lot easier.
Watching Peter Doocy, the Fox News reporter in question, react to this in real time, because I assume he had to have thought that Trump had a better answer than this. But for Trump to just flat out say, no, DOGE and Elon don't need this information, but they can get it really easily because we have shitty security. There are like so many things wrong with that. Why are you giving this information? If you know they have this information that they don't need, why aren't you stopping them? Why are you appealing to our terrible security? Are you suggesting that Elon Musk and DOGE violated the security of the United States Treasury to access this information in the first place? I mean, just absolutely stunning. Let's watch it one more time, or at least a snippet of it.
Intel Council wrote a letter to Susie Wiles. They're saying that these systems are used to disperse trillions of dollars each year and contain everyday Americans' personal information like social security numbers, home addresses, bank accounts. Why does DOGE need all of that?
Well, it doesn't, but they get it very easily. I mean, we don't have very good security in our country, and they get it very easily. And what we're doing, if you look at
yeah, just watching them like subtly react to this, like, oh, they don't need this information? Why the hell are you giving them that? Again, what this shows is that there is a total lack of oversight that Trump has over DOGE, and Elon Musk in particular. It just confirms the absolute worst. And then later on, a reporter asked Trump about conversations he's had with Elon Musk about what Musk can and cannot touch. This is what Trump had to say.
I wonder what you make of the criticism from Democrats that these staff reductions, the cuts that Elon Musk and DOGE are doing are an unlawful power grab. Is there anything you've told Elon Musk he cannot touch?
Well, we haven't discussed that much. I'll tell him to go here, go there. He does it. He's got a very capable group of people. Very capable. They know what they're doing.
So you haven't discussed that much? What do you mean you haven't discussed that much? You haven't said what's off limits, and then you kind of imply that everywhere he's gone, including the places that you say he doesn't need, like social security numbers, home addresses, and personal information, which you just confirmed they don't need, he did at your direction. Once again, Trump is too stupid and lazy to get his story straight. He's constantly contradicting himself. But the bottom line is clear. He does not know or does not care. He's either out of sheer ignorance, as in he doesn't know, he's disengaged, or indifference, like he just doesn't care. Elon Musk is running rogue. Doge is running rogue. And by Trump's own admission, they are meddling in things that they do not need. Your personal information, your home address, your social security number, sensitive Treasury payments information, and not just Elon Musk, but a gaggle of college freshmen, one of whom, as we discussed in recent videos, resigned in disgrace over racist eugenicist comments that he made within the past 7 months as a 25-year-old. And he might be coming back. We have to do a video about that, but that's where we are. The Hill has a pretty interesting article about this. 5 questions about Doge's access to federal payment systems. Questions are swirling about how much access Musk and his Department of Government Efficiency have to Americans' personal data and sensitive federal payment systems. How much access does Doge have? The White House has denied multiple reports that Doge employees have been given extensive access to fiscal service systems. Wired magazine reported Tuesday that a 25-year-old former Musk employee named Marco Velez had administrative privileges that include the ability not just to read but write code on 2 Treasury systems known as the Payment Automation Manager and the Secure Payment System. SPS is how the fiscal service receives payments, and PAM is how the government issues them. Velez and Tom Krause, CEO of Cloud Software Group, were 2 special federal employees authorized under the Justice Department's order to access the fiscal service, but not to edit or make changes to the system. Velez was the one who resigned in disgrace. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said Thursday that the Doge team was not tinkering with the system. Quote, there is no tinkering with the system. They are on read only. They are looking. They can make no changes. It's an operation program to suggest improvements. They have no ability to change the system. I have no ability to grant that change, he added. White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt told reporters Wednesday that Doge engineers were not allowed to write new code for payment systems. A White House spokesperson previously told The Hill that Doge is making good on Trump's promise to make government more accountable and restore stewardship of taxpayer dollars. So the White House is saying, no. They can't edit anything. They can just see everything. Well, see and do what with it? Can they write it down? Can they transfer it to a private server? That was also reported that there was an external server being brought in to take that information from one place to another. That's really disturbing. Credible reporting indicating that despite what the White House says, they do have admin privileges. And even if they don't, Trump just confirmed that they don't need that access in the first place. So either he's really stupid and doesn't know what he's talking about, which is alarming because he's the sitting president, or again, he has no friggin' clue what Doge is doing in the United States Treasury. What's the purpose of the access? Trump and Musk have pledged for months and before and after the election that the billionaire would lead aggressive efforts to cut both the size of the federal government and the amount of money it spends. Doge's interest in the Treasury payment system has raised concerns of Trump appointees unilaterally blocking payments that were already approved by Congress and signed into law by the president. Musk has claimed that the fiscal service was processing billions of dollars in fraudulent payments that should not have been sent, but experts say the fiscal service has no legal authority to block payments that it is ordered to process under law. Quote, the Bureau of Fiscal Service isn't a policy job with political appointees. It is totally mechanical. Agencies tell the Bureau who gets the tax credits, who gets the grants, which contractors to pay, and they get the money out, says Natasha Sarin, a professor at Yale Law School and a former Biden Treasury Department official. Sarin said she couldn't think of a legitimate reason that political appointees would want to gain access to the payment system and that it amounted to short-circuiting the pathway of intended Treasury operations. The White House declined to comment on whether he had both read and write access to the base code or on what technical changes were being made to the PAM and SPS platforms at Treasury. The ongoing operations of Doge may be seen as disruptive by those entrenched in federal bureaucracy, a White House spokesperson added. Journalist and economic researcher Nathan Tankis told Hill that Doge staff may be targeting another platform known as the Automated Standard Application for Payments, ASAP, which is used in part to pay nonprofit organizations. ASAP is the system you would use if you want to target specific government agencies and the grants and other disbursements that they may make, and if you wanted especially to target disfavored nonprofits. According to my reporting, they have access, technical details, and are getting data from and making changes to ASAP, to PAM, and to another system called ITS, the International Treasury Service, he added. Is your personal data safe? And this is the big one. Even with read-only access, Doge officials have access to Americans' core financial information, including Social Security numbers. Quote, we are talking about Social Security numbers and private information about every single American, Sarin said. Personal data concerns were at the core of the federal union lawsuit filed against the Treasury Department, which led to the DOJ order limiting DOGE's access. The unions accused Besson, that's the Treasury Secretary, of improperly disclosing sensitive personal and financial information to Musk's allies. Quote, the scale of intrusion into individuals' privacy is massive and unprecedented, the unions wrote. Millions of people cannot avoid engaging in financial transactions with the federal government, and therefore cannot avoid having their sensitive personal and financial information maintained in government records. So, Trump just confirmed all of that is unnecessary. They don't need to be doing it. And here they are rummaging around in it anyway. This is absolutely despicable. And I'm going to close with this, which is a comment made just a few days ago by friend of the stream and Democratic Gen Z Congressman Maxwell Frost about what's going on here.
We're here today because an unelected billionaire and his team have been given full and unfettered access to our taxpayer money and our government. We just tried to enter the Treasury building as members of Congress, and we will, because we need to provide oversight to Elon Musk and his team. We don't know what they're doing behind these closed doors. The people deserve transparency. The fact that an unelected billionaire has all your private information is a problem.
It is a problem. So to recap, they have access to our most sensitive information, our social security numbers, our home addresses, and everything in between. And according to Donald Trump, who is supposed to be having Elon Musk on a leash, he says they don't need that information, but they have it anyway because there's weak security, again, somewhat implying that they just brute force their way in. We have credible reports indicating that they have administrative privileges able to edit these codes. And even if they don't, the fact that they can access this information that they should not have, according to Trump, is a big problem. But he's just revealed that either through sheer indifference or sheer ignorance, he has no oversight over Musk and DOGE. That is where we are. In the meantime, let me know what you think in the comments.